this tension, a feeling I never was expecting. I don't see the pros, don't know the cons, forget the whys. Do you know why?
What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this conversation. Listen, the reason I even wanted to talk about this because I'm not surprised when I did some commentary the other day talking about Larry Reid's mentee and asking the question, is he done with Larry Reid? Did he admit that he has been Larry's sugar baby? I felt like he definitely was admitting that he was Larry Reid's sugar baby, but I didn't 100% feel that he was done. And the reason I didn't feel that way is because I believe, my personal opinion is that Larry Reid is a snake, and he may shed his skin, but underneath it all, he is still a snake. And when I see people that are so enthralled by this man that I don't believe it emits any type of charisma, definitely no character. He is not integral at all. I don't even think he's funny, but for whatever reason, some people do. But, you know, that's a personal opinion. It's a personal choice. But I wanted to talk about this. One, I was inspired to do this because someone that left a comment I completely agreed with. And I wanted to share this comment as well as just talk about the fact that they've linked up again. Larry Reid and his mentee. They've linked up again to do a live video, and I didn't listen to the entirety of it. I'll put the link in the description box if you want to go over there and listen to it all. But just a little bit that I listened to, I'll be honest with you. I don't have a personal issue with the mentee. Let me just put that out there. I do find it weird, though, because I didn't follow a lot of the stuff. Not because I didn't follow a lot of stuff, but I'm just going to say I do find it strange and weird because I do believe that this mentee is smarter than the decision to be wrapped up with somebody like Larry Reid. And I believe that's one of the things that makes him look foolish, as well as my personal thing is I didn't care for how he was windmilling for Larry Reid so much to the point where he was going against Tasha K, going against Lavontre Andrews, the alleged victim of Larry Reid. I just felt that was in personal poor taste, and I don't like it. I don't care if Larry Reid sued the alleged victim in court. I don't think Lavontre lied. And I just feel that unless the mentee was there to see things personally with his own eyes to defend him in that way, I didn't care for it. And then I just believe that the way he's spoken about Tasha K when it comes to that, because Tasha K interviewed Lavontre Andrews and the mother and the brother and was calling Larry Reid out, I'm just like, that's just very strange to me because he seems to be a smarter individual than that. Although I know he uses a lot of long words and big words when it could pretty much be summed up. You know, it's a lot. It is a lot. But I don't have an issue with the hair, the makeup. I don't have an issue with the, you know, if he is gay, straight, non-binary, whatever. I don't know what title he goes by. I really don't. I just find it really weird that he is so wrapped up with Larry Reid, of all people. But someone left a comment, and I want to share it because I agree. This person says, I find it interesting that people have made TK, meaning Tasha K, a liar and call her a liar, and they have smoke for TK, yet they still support Larry Reid after hearing him admit to being with men and believing minors are adults when it comes to sex. 100%, I agree with that. Because, again, my issue isn't with if someone chooses to, I wouldn't even say chooses to be gay, but someone is gay and they're letting people know, at least you're honest. I have a huge issue with somebody like Larry Reid, who I believe uses the church for a grift and knows that a lot of the people that support him are women that actually are not okay with that. But just because he doesn't admit it, as long as he doesn't admit that he's gay, it's okay. And they will still support him. They will still give money to his alleged ministry. They will still pay for his Patreons and pay for prophecies and pay for whatever else. It's just absolutely ridiculous and disgusting. So I 100% agree with that comment. But I just want to play a little bit from Larry Reid and the mentee talking about whatever. I'm not starting from any specific point. Again, I didn't listen to the entirety of it, but I just want to play a little bit because, as I expected, Larry Reid was going to show up on his platform once again after throwing him under the bus, in my personal opinion, not defending him when this other person said that this mentee has the package, has the high five. And so to the point where the mentee felt compelled to share his test results. It's crazy.
That you look good. I think that's number one. And then number two, as it relates to these beefs amongst these, I think it has everything to do with our friendship. For sure. And they know we fuss, they know we don't agree, and then we continue to still be cool. And I think that's a little bit jealous and
I have never seen anything like that. I went into some detail about our interpersonal relationship and what the level of friends that we operate on. And it's so authentic and raw to its core that even me and you ain't never seen nothing like it before. Even me and you are able to have levels of conversation and confrontation that is not even something that you're used to because you're an Aquarius. And Aquarius like the... And so the level of communication and the level of support, because I also wanted to remind the followers, I understood from an object perspective why they felt the way they felt about the way that it looked.
I get it too. Although I said fuck yeah. I do get it. But
let me add my butt first. But
that's what they say. You like to add your butt first. Is what they said.
What? Oh, it's a big one too. I got a big butt. So, but it's because I had wanted to remind them too that I don't want them. I know that this here is a lot. The social media is a lot. But I wanted to remind them that they're only seeing the tip of the iceberg when it comes to you and I. They don't see the actual friendship. They don't see that. So trying to make a lot of assumptions and conclusions about us through this medium is a lot like trying to surmise who people are through reality TV episodes.
Right. About anybody, really. You can't do it through the internet. You really can't do it.
But you can add your butt too.
I done forgot what my ass was going to say.
I think that we were talking about not the level of friendship and people not seeing everything.
Yeah, you can't really you can't see that from the outside. But what you can see, judge our work as an extension of our character. And I want you to do it for everybody online. And if you do that, you're going to change who you watch and who you click like on. Because if your work is so demented to where you would say somebody have HIV and push that narrative around or any lie on them without any evidence and any research, you are an entertainer. And nobody should take you serious on any story or any commentary that you give.
Okay, so who is he talking about? The same man that he was on a live video with when that person said that his mentee had the package? Like, seriously. Now, I have not heard Tasha K said that he actually has that, but I've heard that the person he was on a live video with said it, and he didn't come out here and say that to that person. He didn't say, hold on, wait a minute. You don't have any proof of that. You don't have any real knowledge of that. I'm not going to allow you to disrespect my friend because he's a real great guy. Like, whatever. He's like, who? You know, he's full of it.
Is it? You know, I don't like to quantify, but, you know, there are moments that I want to brag on you, but I don't because it's not necessary. But, I mean, when conversations like this come up as it relates to the dynamics of the friendship, I just want to say that me and you, we rally for each other. We support each other. And once again, you say my name everywhere, which I think. And not only do you say my name, I had to remind the supporters as well that y'all guys forget the times that he's also publicly windmilled for me, such as the night that we fell out with Unhinged. Mm-hmm. She's the reason why you entered the chat, because she was like, call your mentor. And she thought that her clout and her subscriber base, she was expecting you to hit her.
She told me to choose between her and you.
Well, hold on. I don't want to get there yet. I want to talk about the social media part, because she thought you was going to hit that link over there first. Mm-mm. But you hit this one first, and not only did you hit it first, while she was over there waiting for you, but you also hit it first and said, boo, CTV told the truth. I don't know what the hell you talking about. CTV stated the facts. And then after you had came over here, optically showed up when you were supposed to, and you backed me up, then you went over there and let her cry to you. Yeah. And then, yes, after that, she also tried to give you an ultimatum.
But I don't know why would she even think that she could do. I guess she thought I was enamored.
Has she seen this?
And he was. And I'm going to stop it right there, because the truth of the matter is, Larry Reid, this is my personal opinion, Larry Reid, he deflected onto Tasha K what he actually was attempting to do. Larry Reid had the opportunity to link up with Tasha K, which gave him more exposure to people that knew nothing about him, because he was primarily just talking about and exposing people, or people who have been exposed in like the church sector, if you will, the black church sector. And so having the opportunity to link up with Tasha K, it got him more exposure to a whole lot more people. And if you don't notice, people could say, well, he got messier. He's always been messy, but he has went a little bit further and deeper because he felt more comfortable connecting with Tasha K. Because a lot of people were like, what are you doing, Larry? Like, this is weird. This is whatever. Because I remember when he was interviewing her, and I think it was live. And I think the live actually got shut off. Because she was using profanity and stuff like that, which he normally doesn't do. I don't know if he shut it off or YouTube cut it. I really don't know. I don't know really what happened at that time. But there were a lot of people in his comment section, because I went to read the comments, and they were saying things like, I never heard of you before. I learned about you, from Tasha. I'm a wino. I'm a new subscriber. He gained a lot from being with that, but now he's trying to make it seem like Tasha K was gaining from him and connecting from him, and he was, helping her out. I'm not saying that Tasha K didn't see any maybe social media or slight business benefit from connecting with him, because she already said that she doesn't have any friends in this game. And so she's honest about that. But he was the one that was actually saying, oh, we're friends. But at any rate, he's trying to make it seem like Tasha K benefited from him connecting with her and then putting things out there like, well, I chose my mentee over Tasha K. No, it was because she was getting information about him and about things from his past that she wasn't aware of and she didn't want to have any parts of, because a lot of people do give Tasha K a lot of heat and smoke. But I will always say that this is the woman that I believe had a whole lot to do with R. Kelly eventually getting his just desserts and being where he is currently being housed, which is in prison. Okay. But I want to read some of the comments from people who were commenting in the mentee's comment section after they did this live together. Someone says, Larry did not sound apologetic. He should have dropped from the live when William said that. He could have said, look, we're not going to go there and we're not going to disrespect my friend like that. Larry did not say anything, but he had nothing to do with it. That's what I was saying. Someone else says, I cannot stand it when you try to call somebody out on their bleep and their response is, you're just a hater. And I agree with that. Someone else says, I'm not sure if I believe Larry is 100% for CTV, but that's just me. And I agree. Someone else said, and even with all that, Larry will be William's friend. Baby, they're blaming the viewers. Nah, don't put this on us. We didn't do this. Someone else says, hey, what does this got to do with him not speaking up for you? Come on, man. You are hurt, but let me keep listening. And somebody else talking about Larry said, he lying. Oh, my God. Someone else says, come on, Larry, please, dude. Someone else says, love you, CTV. I still believe you are a damn good of a friend to Larry. You deserve better. He plays the fence too much for me. The way you fight for him and have his back, I wish I had someone like you in my life. Someone else says, who is Dr. Reid? And somebody else said, I've heard of Larry Reid, but not a lot. This is my first time catching a live with him on it. Something about him rubbed me the wrong way. CTV is an extremely intelligent being and an empath, if I'm not mistaken. So I like to think he knows what's up and may be handling Larry with a long handle spoon. Sending discernment vibes, child. Somebody else said, I'm so confused. Larry is a messy queen, period. He straddles the fence too much for me. Another one says, Larry is so phony, it's pathetic. I could smell the fakeness a mile away. As smart as an intuitive you are, why don't you see it? And my personal opinion is I feel that he's getting paid. Like the thing about someone being an empath or being intelligent, if they are in a place where they are lacking the integrity to not be paid off, they will take the money over the integrity. But, Larry is pathetic. And the fact that they are doing this live when, if you listen to Larry, he doesn't really sound like he has a lot of care even for the mentee. It's just like he's given the bare minimum to suffice him. And the whole thing is just strange. I will never understand it. But Larry definitely threw him under the bus when he just allowed WilliamMccray to say, oh, yeah, your mentee, I know that's your friend, but he has the package. He has the high five. And he was like, who? So-and-so? And, oh, well, I ain't got nothing to do with that. If this is the person that has been doing all of these videos going against his alleged victim of all people, let alone Tasha K, Vincent, who came out and dropped all those receipts about Larry, and whoever else has anything to say about Larry could have at least said, you know what, I got to go, and just got off of the live. At the least, if he couldn't just sit there and defend him, I would never sit out in public and defend that monster, Larry, ever again if I were him. But for him to sit and talk about their friendship and all of this other stuff, yeah, Larry is not a friend to anybody. He's a friend of his own penis, and that's it, getting pleasure for that. But that is about it. He's gross. He's disgusting. And again, I'm not surprised that here they are again linking up.
And that's when I shifted my entire platform in 2019. So I did go very hard. So back then, if they said I dragged them, maybe so. I think because some part of that resonated with my own victimization. So I brought a lot of my own pain into the protecting of said victim. You know, only a handful of them was actually victims. As time went along, I found out these was accusers that played as victims who never wanted to own up to the part that they played. Yeah. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, like you said, that they could, consider the, I think it's, for me, it's interesting what you just said about what he said to you, because it's also in the clip when he would say, yeah, but your friend dragged me. And I just find it interesting that, of course, that would be the assessment from the side of somebody who wants to take no responsibility, but it also just goes to show how far away people are from taking responsibility for what they do. You cannot get sued in court successfully and the facts be the facts and the literal facts. I mean, everything that I ever covered regarding anybody, because he was the only person that I have covered on my platform, has been fact-driven. Very fact-based driven, very matter of fact. The type of things that can get verdicts, the type of things that can get penalty done, the type of things that can be objectively utilized in an actual system of court.
Now, is there anybody else doing that besides you and me? Let me think. Let's just think. I'm trying to really be. What's the one? The intellect. Pam, the intellect.
Oh, Pam, Esquire, yep. Pam, of course.
Who else? And it's a shame we got to sit here and try to think.
Would you say the lead attorney?
Oh, yeah, but he's not even trying to prosecute, but he only stick with the facts like Pam. So, yeah, the lead attorney.
And see, both of these people that they mentioned, okay. I could go into some things when it comes to the first one that they mentioned, but I'm not going to go there. But the lead attorney, give me a freaking break. He is a clown, and he may have a law license. I don't know if it's even up to date. And he's just one of those people that he's a manosphere. He's a black manosphere clown that loves to insult, black women. And just because he has a law license and he calls himself the lead attorney doesn't mean that he's actually creating content and giving intellectual commentary, because what they're basically trying to do is just sit up and label everyone else besides the people that they mention, as well as themselves, as just clearly gossipers. And they never have to mention me. And to be honest with you, I would love if they don't, because I don't want their attention. But I don't have time for gossip. And I'm a business owner. I talk about things that I see that I care to discuss when I have the opportunity to and when I feel like it. But I'm far from a gossiper. I don't just get on here and say, oh, y'all, did y'all hear about such? It's just ridiculous. So what they're basically doing is they're trying to discount anyone else that they have not labeled as content creators as just purely gossip mongers that are just out here spewing information, whether it's false or true or, whatever, for the sake of clicks and views. But their opinion doesn't matter because, again, it's just their opinion. But the lead attorney, get up out of here. Anybody that I feel sees him as a credible source is just someone that's just looking at the label of him being an attorney wearing a blue suit coming on YouTube.
Well, okay, how long? So outside of lawyers, because
right,
lawyers are going to lawyers,
right, exactly, right.
But there probably is some people out there, but I guess
maybe we don't know. Maybe we don't know that.
And I guess also we probably struggling because it's a minority.
Okay, but conscious.
Yes.
But how many folk out there doing commentary? First of all, these people, they should be called,
everybody.
They should be called gossipers because they are not doing commentary. They're gossipers.
That's what they are.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. Yeah, there's a lot of that. You know what? Mm-hmm. Would you say, and I gotta go, but would you say that person, that female, you call it unhinged, has now lowered her brand down, and maybe it was always that, and I just didn't know it, to just being the queen of gossip?
Well, she was always that, yeah, for sure. She was always that. I mean, like, that's what got her in the trouble that she got in, you know.
You know, and that's the thing, and I'm going to stop it there because what they're doing is they're trying to discredit Tasha K's work and all the work that she put in, and using one situation, the Cardi B situation, which for some people that will forever stamp in their minds that she's just a liar and a gossiper, which she has talked about before, and I'm not going to, go into all of that. But what people like that they will do is they will try to use that one situation, be it large, fine, the hefty judgment, fine. It's not okay. And I've talked about that on a number of occasions, multiple times, but we'll use that one situation and scenario to just make this person out to just be, you can't trust anything that they say ever at all because of Cardi B. But they never give credit for one of the biggest things, which is R. Kelly. This woman years ago was doing interviews with people that had signed NDAs with R. Kelly, that had been, assaulted sexually by R. Kelly, that had been living in his home, that had all of these different things, right? The parents of one of the victims, which some people don't see as a victim, Azriel Clary. And a number of things led to him being where he is right now, which is where he deserves to be. The law said he deserves to be there. I agree with it. I agree 100% with it. But they will never give her credit for that. But they will just talk about Cardi B, which is more recent. And a civil court situation. You know what I mean? But she helped to put somebody behind bars that deserve to be there. And none of those people will give her that type of credit. And what Larry Reid and his mentee are doing in this situation is they're trying to take away that from her when both of them benefited from being attached to her at some point in time. And so I just take issue with that. But again, it's my personal opinion. I'm not here to go back and forth with anybody about that. But just to say, oh, well, all she is a gossiper. They didn't put R. Kelly behind bars because of gossip. Okay? And there was years of investigations and different things that had to happen before they ultimately got him. But they didn't just lock him up because she was out here gossiping about R. Kelly, okay? And we know that what Kevin Hart tried to do didn't work. He tried to slap a label on her because of what happened with Cardi B again, and tried to use that to make it seem like she was trying to extort him. And it wasn't true. It was a lie. Okay? You can love Tasha K, you can hate her, you can be indifferent. I'm not here to convince anybody, of either. But for Larry Reid to just try to label her and other content creators, other people who have platforms that are sharing their views and opinions, because I'll be honest, I don't even really consider myself a content creator, but I do consider myself a content commentator. Sports commentators, they get their positions in their careers by commentating on the sport that's being played. They're not out there on the basketball field or on the basketball court or the football field or the baseball diamond playing the sport. They're sitting there commenting and commentating on the sport that's being played. I am commenting and commentating on the entertainment or the trash or the news that's been put out there. I don't have to create the content. I have much respect there's a lot of amazing content creators. Sean Davy Wade, he's been doing these surviving series on a lot of people for years. That's just one that I'm giving a name to. Another one, there's a number of people that I could name because I'm subscribed to a lot of people that are great content creators. But, Larry Reid's position and opinion of anyone really doesn't matter, because this is the nigga that believes that 12 and 13-year-olds are considered adults, because he's trying to lessen the sting on him having sex with someone who is not an adult. And for him to talk about Levante, which is just crazy to me that people still support him, knowing the things that he has done. Okay? But to say, well, Levante wasn't a minor when it happened, that sounds like some R. Kelly stuff to me. Well, how young are we talking? When someone asked him, I believe it was Torre, that asked him, do you like young women? Do you like young ladies, young girls? Whatever the actual line was that was said to him. And he responds to say, well, when you say young, how young are you talking? I don't like anyone that's not legal. That is ridiculous. And that's what it sounds like when Larry Reid says something like that. And so to put the information out there about him being molested when he was younger, that's to take the sting away from the fact that he has been doing things with men. Because, well, if they hear that I was taken advantage of when I was a young guy by a male, then that would cause people to be a bit more supportive and understanding of the fact that I need to have a penis in me or put mine in another man from time to time, but I'm not gay because I don't believe in labels. That is just absolutely insane. Tell me what regular church that you could go to anywhere in the United States where you would actually hear the pastor, being a male of that church, say something like that and the parishioners would stay. The majority of them would walk out. But it's okay for him because he doesn't say F-U-C-K. He says fruck. Frucking. I don't give a fruck. It's just so stupid. Listen, I'm just over it. But again, I'm not surprised that they have linked up. I'm not surprised that he's meaning Larry, trying to discredit anyone else and say, well, they're not really content creators. They're just gossipers. Because what he's trying to do is make anyone else besides the couple of people that he mentioned seem as not credible. Because when you hear gossip, people, for the most part, think gossip is just purely people speaking babble that may not be true. A lot of times it's not, or it may have a mixture of some truth in there, but for the most part, you really can't take it serious. Oh, it's just gossip. It's just gossip. But no, I believe everything that Vincent put out there. I believe the receipts. I've even had someone email me some receipts, and I said I would consider whether I was going to do anything with it or not. And honestly, it's just not my arena because I'm not out here to expose anyone. But I'll talk about things that have been put out there because, again, I am a content commentator. I'm not a content creator, if you will. So with all of that being said, guys, I just wanted to share my thoughts on that. You can let me know yours in the comment section below. Thanks so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.